Hello and welcome back to the Blubber Plays Broken Roads. There's been a patch and supposedly we can beat the end boss now. Let us see if that is true.
He's staring up at the changing mass of light and sound above him. An otherworldly...
This is all your fault, you know. If Gwen's plan fails because of you, the blood of everyone in Kalgoorlie will be in your hands.
So we tell him off again, we say we're gonna fight.
Not to rain on your parade, but you really haven't done much of note, have you? You did take my advice and get citizenship. Silver's a lot to take, I know, when you're used to giving your own orders. But isn't it a relief, too, to be released from the shackles of responsibility? To know that whatever happens, it's not on you?
Now I forget which one of these we liked the most, but it wasn't the Nihilist. There's no greater good being served here? No, I think we went with the rebelling one.
I have to wonder, though. You know I expected to be having this conversation with our dear friend Mick, don't you? He was my original surveillance target. Then Connor had the breakdown of the century, and by the time Mick woke up, everyone was listening to you instead. Honestly, I didn't expect a little thing like having to kill his own son would slow old gut wound down too much, but it seems to have had quite an effect. Unintended, sure, but that's down to randomness and luck. Do you really think anyone would have followed you otherwise?
We liked this one. We didn't ask, we didn't like put ourselves forward as a leader, we just did what had to be done.
So what's it gonna be? Are you gonna come at me like a bull at a gate? Or will you stand behind me while I create the new
Has the bug actually been fixed?
Preference noted. So much for no more killing.
Yes! Okay. I mean, we should back away. At least it looks like it. I don't know, does he do more? There's little harm in backing away. Two can play at the burning game. He collapses, the tendrils of the rift unraveling from his arms to let him fall. In the sudden silence, his last breath is as loud as the breaking of the world.
And just like that, the fate of Kalgoorlie was in your hands. Only one decision remained to be made. Would you go ahead with Gwengold's plan, leeching life and energy from everywhere beyond Meriden? Or would you decree it a path never to be taken and return control of the future of West Oz to the people who lived there, and not just in Kalgoorlie?
Did you kill him just so that you can become the new evil boss? No.
People grumbled as people do. Entire divisions of the city's bureaucracy were made redundant. A new plan emerged, one of cooperation instead of conquest, of outreach instead of imposition. The people of West Oz never knew how close they had come to annihilation. And that was good enough. For now. They hailed you as a hero. They didn't have much of a choice. With Kev dead and a populace that had been conditioned to obey, it was follow you or devolve into chaos. The people of Kalgoorlie chose obedience. Under your guidance, the cities of Meriden and Kalgoorlie formed a strategic alliance, sharing resources instead of claiming them for one side or the other. The section of the Goldfields water supply pipeline between Kalgoorlie and Meriden was repaired, reversing the flow of 100 years prior. Parched animals and land surrounding Meriden were revitalised by the influx of life-giving water, and the people of both cities rejoiced. Angela ruled with an iron fist. However bad people said she was before, the threat of Kalgoorlie kicked her paranoia into overdrive, leading to mass arrests and wave after wave of residents sent into exile. A shadowy figure ruled by Angela's side, striking wherever and whoever with impunity. Whispers as to the identity of this unseen terror circulated widely, but Angela answered every inquiry only with a slight smile. The Siders dispersed from the walls soon after events at Kalgoorlie unfolded. They simply drifted away, swallowed up by the vast outback, while the Deados continued to serve, and wait for the long-awaited day when they would at last be free. Mick tried to rally the members of the convoy to retake Brookton once it was clear no help from Meriden would be forthcoming. But something in him had died the day he shot his son, and without conviction, he couldn't convince even himself. He grew quieter and quieter as the days went on, and the people he had sworn to protect slowly drifted away or disappeared. Now he mostly keeps to himself, and the town shuns him as a pariah, not worthy of attention or affection, nameless and unknown, just like the memory of Brookton. The exclusion zone caused an influx of magical energies that surged through Kalgoorlie and caused a perfect renaissance. Philosophy and human endeavour flourished, and the plan to bring Kalgoorlie onto the stage as a key player in the New World Order seemed like a foregone conclusion.
What exclusion zone?
That is, until the magic energies started failing and, overnight, everything that held the city together crumbled into dust. Surrounded by hundreds of kilometres of impassable terrain created by their own hubris, the citizens of Kalgoorlie descended into chaos and barbarism. The last of them finally succumbed to starvation, and now the city lies silent, save for the steady drone of the wind circling the pit as though mourning a lover it dares not approach.
But we said don't do the evil. On the other hand, we get our achievement unlocked. Complete the game with humanitarian everything. Utilitarian everything. ultra super giga utilitarian. Alright. So it's still not quite perfect, the ending. That if you A, choose to fight him because he's choosing to be evil, B, beat him, then C, explicitly take the option that says don't become replacement evil him, it doesn't feel right that the exclusion zone thing still happens in that end story, but at least we got to see the rest of the real end. Okay, we might see more of this in the future. I enjoyed it. But for now, that's it for Broken Roads.